Fair warning. 140.
How do we already miss 3 items? The auction just started. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome in. Where am I here? Am I centered? Nice and centered? Kinda centered, not bad. We'll take that. We'll accept that. Not bad. Welcome in, you guys. Another wonderful Tuesday is upon us. I did miss last Tuesday. Girlfriend's birthday. Girlfriend turned 32. So we went out to Olive Garden, did some stuff with her family, had some presents, all the good birthday stuff. And yeah, that's why I wasn't here last week. So sorry about that, but we're back. We are back tonight. Heritage Weekly Auction, sponsored by Heritage Auctions, of course. Huge thanks to you guys being here, and a huge thanks to them sponsoring. We started off with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I knew it. Even in 80-plus, qualified condition, big box PC, like, by all accounts, this isn't great, right? I get it. But man, the old Harry Potter games, especially on PC, like, okay, you know, PS1, I get it. Maybe some of you guys played it there, but like, the PC big box ones are the nostalgia games for Harry Potter. $162.50 for the 80-plus qualified big box. I get it. It's just freaking cool, man. The Sims VGA 70 Game of the Year Edition. Finding actual original Prince Sims, I believe, is difficult. These Game of the Year versions do pop up a decent amount, so VGA 70, $100 is what it is. Warcrafts, Orcs, and Humans VGA 40. What the hell's wrong with it? $162.50 for this. What's wrong with it, though? It doesn't look that bad. Right? Like, VGA 40. Okay, it's got some rips. Whatever, right? Whatever. Who cares? Is the back just going to be very scratchy? Man, dare I say this is a beautiful VGA 40? Like what? I get it. It has rips, it has scratches, but like structurally, this looks very nice. Yeah, exactly, Trevor, right? The box is like a 9.8, man. This is like what is this? A 9.6 with a C seal? B plus? It's just weird. That's nice, man. That's nice for a 40. That's weird. I've like never seen a 40 before. I expect any 40 to look like it got hit by a train. You know what I mean?
Fair warning.
Warcraft 3, Tides of Darkness, or Warcraft 2, sorry, VGA 75 for 104, Leisure Suit Larry, VGA 85 for 350, Empire Strikes Back on Atari. I also need to get one of these at some point. I've said it before. $231.25 for it, and we're into NES. All caught up here. Welcome in, guys. You have a graded 3-screw TM Zelda card because you wanted to slap gold, but that's about it. J-Long! Let's go, dude!
Thanks to Greg and all for commenting on my first submission with the code Tortilla.
Yes, man. Yes.
Sub means a lot.
Of course. In the Discord, those are just great. Like, great subs you had. Your Star Wars Shadows of the Empire turned out great, man. Like, fantastic. Fantastic community in the Discord, and that's awesome for your first submission. So, thank you for the 5, man. It's greatly appreciated, and glad your first submission went great. Yeah, a 3-screw TM Zelda. Funny enough, I just bought a 5-screw TM Zelda on eBay, and the guy canceled on me. I paid like 90 Canadian, what is that, 70 US, somewhere in there? 70 US for a 5-screw, and the guy freaking canceled on me.
Greg game.
It's not even that cheap. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even ridiculously cheap. Canceled within 15 minutes. Fuck you. So, I'm still looking to get myself a slabbed cartridge as well, because I want one. I want a VGA. I want a graded Zelda 5-screw cartridge. I think it's amazing. Poker Face, 11 months. Let's go, dude. 11 frickin' months in the Greg gang. Much appreciated. Al Ernser is rare. Yeah, Al Unser Turbo Racing. I believe it is rare. I agree with you, but this really falls into the who cares category, unfortunately. $114 there for the 8.0 B plus All Pro Basketball, $175. Amagon was a 9.6A plus for $262, and Archon 9.6A plus for $237.50. And the Bad Street Brawler, like I said on my Instagram story, one of very few games designed for the Power Glove Gaming Series. Only one copy graded higher out of only 9. If you want to have a nice little Power Glove set, I mean, it's kind of cool. Last sold for $312, probably the exact same copy. 9.4A, that was all the way back in November 2022 for $312, so pushing up over 200 right now. PC Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets were so good back in the day. Chamber of Secrets is literally my girlfriend's favorite video game of all time on PC. She grew up playing it, still has nostalgia for it. That is her video game. Chamber of Secrets PC. Why even have it up for sale just to cancel? Yeah, it's the double-edged sword of binning something. Like, if you're bin hunting on eBay, if you're buying newly listed listings, it's like as soon as you purchase it within 15 minutes of it being listed, within 2 minutes of it being listed, the seller's like, oh, what? Like, what happened? Blah, 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 blah. Then they cancel. It's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I mean? Bases loaded 2, the 9.28 plus 250. Bases loaded 3, 9.48 for 400. Bad Street Brawler, over $200 there, but still not too shabby for, I don't know if anyone actually likes this game. It's just cool that it works with the Power Glove. If only I knew someone who had one. Yeah, the last thing I'm doing is paying for a graded... The last thing I'm going to do is pay for a graded 5-screw Zelda cart. No shot. There's just, you know what I mean? I'm on eBay way too much. I love hunting way too much. The last thing I'm going to do is pay for a graded 5-screw. I'll just find a raw one.
Fair warning.
If I get it in 2 months or 2 years, you know what I mean? I'll get one eventually. Doesn't matter. I'll get one eventually. Olive Garden, did you get your money's worth of free bread? Rob, we got the free bread, you get free soup, we got a free dessert because it was her birthday, and they had a promotion that you get another entree for $5.99. So for like 80 Canadian, we got 2 suppers and like we were juiced, man. Olive Garden juiced us. Insane. Insane quality there. Insane quantity, I guess I should say. I know some people bitch about the quality of Olive Garden, but hey, I'm a simple guy to please. I like Olive Garden. I think it's fantastic. But I get it. I'm a simple guy, you know? Yeah, exactly. You get that, oh, I can get more for it. As soon as it sells too quickly. But it takes 7 days, Fletch, before I can even neg the guy. Like, I wanted to leave a negative immediately. I guess you have to wait 7 days, even if he just cancels it. Annoying. I have to set a reminder in my phone so I can go back in there and neg. How do you get the comps on the side? You just have to click this little thing here, Trevor. Just like on the left-hand side of the description here, at the very bottom, it just like flicks over to comps. But the comps aren't great. Like, it's going to try and match grade, but then sometimes it won't pull, like... It's not great. It's good if you have sales there that are all recent, but a lot of the time you have to also dig deeper if you want to really see. But, you know, for a quick check, it gets the job done. You only got canceled on when sniping something out of like 200 games you sniped in the past few months? Oh my god, dude, you're lucky. You're lucky. It feels like any time if I get, 20, 30, 40% off, if it's actually a good deal on something, I just figure I'm going to be canceled on. I just figure it's going to be canceled.
$130.
I have no faith in eBay at this point. Yo, Elijah, dude! What the hell, man?
Olives.
Free olives, $9.99. Holy shit, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, right to the Olive Garden Fund. That like pays off half the meal, man. Thank you. Yes, the SMW, Super Mario World. I'm going to talk about it more on Monday's video, the Monday cheat code that comes up. We're talking about the pickups of April. I did buy a factory-sealed Super Mario World off eBay. Bin snipe, it's low grade. It still costs thousands of dollars. But as of right now, I mean, it's delivered. I own a factory-sealed Super Mario World. What? That's crazy. That's nuts. There's something I never thought I owned. There's something I never thought I would own. Genuinely, just never thought I would own. So, it's low grade. It was expensive. It was cheap for what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I agree, Trevor. It's cheap for what it is, but still objectively expensive. Did you give up Mission Mario? Oh, hell no. Hell no, I didn't give up Mission Mario. But when the deals... when the deals come up, you do not sleep. You know what I mean? If I had to throw this Mario World on credit card, I probably would have. There's nothing you can do. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to strike, regardless of financial viability. I don't recommend it for a lot of things, because the vast majority of items you will always have another shot at. But every now and then, man, There's a certain deal, a certain opportunity where you just make it work. Whether that's a loan, a credit card, whatever it is. But it's just really, really, really hard to say when those opportunities are. But you know, man, when they come up, you know. So this Mario World for myself, it's do or die. You know, I either buy this copy or I never buy one. So I gonna make it work. Yeah, Mission Mario taking the detour. It's still on. It's still on. We got like $1,000 worth of GameCube games out the door. I'm almost fully done selling my CIB GameCube collection. So that's kind of crazy. You can also make money reselling it? Exactly. But that's also what weighs into it though, right, Trevor? If the deal or opportunity comes up where it's like, okay, I can either keep it and or if I just throw it on credit card, I throw it on whatever. If you can just resell it, then it's a no-lose scenario, right? You just have to have that liquidity available.
Free world.
Elijah! $9.99. Free Olive Garden and free Super Mario World. My God, dude. My God, dude. Paying off everything. It was the 6.5B+. How many of you guys saw that on eBay? How many of you guys saw the Super Mario World when it was still available? Because I bought it within probably 2 or 3 minutes of it being listed, and someone else in the Discord said that they were like checking out already.
Fair warning.
I'm curious how many of you actually did see it, because man, it seems like so many of us are hounding eBay for this stuff.
Fair warning.
Oh, 1W.
$460.
Welcome in, my guy. Glad you could make it to the live stream. You saw it disappeared ASAP? You didn't see the active listing? Holy hell, suddenly these FDS games are juicing? Yeah, this is 14 sealed games here. So, like, Castlevania F1 race, no, Doki Doki's in there. I don't recognize any of the other titles.
$650.
I do want to get a factory sealed Doki Doki myself on Famicom. I just think it's really cool. But, like, Castlevania and Doki themselves should be like $400 or $500. So I mean, what is it at? It's $800, $750. Assuming those are legit, right? Like a legit Castlevania, a legit Doki Doki. You're gonna pay hundreds for those out of Japan. So hopefully you can resell some of this stuff, but you'll never get a grading company to confirm these anymore. I think you will. Like, I know right now Famicom Disk System isn't being graded, but I absolutely do think in the future they will be graded again. I have full faith that FDS will be graded again.
$200.
5 gifted. Oh, 1W. Holy shit, dude. You show up for the first live and you're given 5 gifted. That's juice, man. Much appreciated. Wow. Fallen, Retro Game Rescue, Elijah Lewis. That's karma, Elijah. You get sniped by the gifts. The Cat Wrangler and KSI. Thank you, guys. Jesus. Thank you. Much appreciated, man. Nintendo Power 5.0. You guys probably saw, hey, Nintendo Power magazines? Some guy was selling them in the high-end Facebook group. What was that about? Some guy who had, like, what, 16 Nintendo Power magazines or something? He was asking $200, $250 for them. Were any of those actually good? Was that legit? I saw that Facebook post and I was immediately skeptical that was anything actually worth pursuing. You know what I mean? I obviously my red flags went off seeing someone with that many Nintendo Powers and the prices and everything. My red flags went off. I didn't pursue anything on it, but I'm curious if any of you guys did that.
$300.
Nintendo Power Nintendo Power 5.0.
$320.
Should you break open a CGC 9.6A plus Zelda Oot for WADA? You gotta look at it close, J-Long. You gotta look at it close. That it's a tough one. It's like, you know what I mean? Without actually seeing it, I can't just give you a blind recommendation. It fully depends how it looks. You gotta look at it very closely. You might be able to bump it up to a 9.8, but like, going into a 9.6 is probably very likely. I don't think your odds of dropping grade are that high, but like you have to look at it closely. If you see a very clear ding, clear dents, clear creases, if there's obvious damage, I probably wouldn't bother. And thank you for the 7 months, J-Long. Axley 9.2 beautiful CIB for $412. Those Nintendo Powers. Oh, they're all on eBay with more pictures. He posted his eBay screen name. They were probably 4.0. Okay, I saw some of the copies on eBay that he was calling minty, and they look like shit. So that's why I was curious if maybe on his Facebook post the copies were nicer. But like when someone posted his eBay in the Discord as well for those Nintendo Power magazines, and yeah, I looked at a couple of the minty listings and like they were shit. So. I think it was one of those too good to be true type of listings. 5 copies of Mega Man 10 for $200.
Next lot.
5 copies of Mega Man 10 for $200. Like, this is dirt cheap, isn't it? It has to be. These have to have some kind of value, no? Are these literally just like worthless?
Fair warning.
Link to the Past 9.4B Plus for $750. Budokai 2 or Butuden. Number 2, VGA 85, Japanese Dragon Ball Z, 162.50 there. Mario Kart Player's Choice, 9.2A Plus, pushing almost to $1,000 still. And the, unofficial reproductions, because Mega Man 10 doesn't actually exist. You know, I think they're all unofficial reproductions. It's just what this is. But...
Fair warning.
And Mega Man 10, actual trash. No game is included? Fan-made thing. So what do you get? What do we even get with this? I thought there was at least a cartridge inside. Is it truly just like nothing? You sold a game to Wade. We talked for a while and you said you should join in more. I want to see you in here more too. Do you have an eBay name? Do you have a Discord? Are you in the Discord? What'd you sell to Wade? I'm curious of all these questions.
Next lot.
Super Star Wars JVC 9.6B first print copy, $350 there. Then we have a bunch of these Majesco and Player's Choice Star Wars games. I think the May 4th auction that took place as well had some Star Wars games in there. I think at least one of you guys got a deal on the weekend. You check the eBay listing for the 6.5B Plus Mario World. It displays beautifully. It looks okay, right? It looks okay, Rob. At least the back seems to have more damage than the front does. So, like, you know, not too shabby. Not too shabby. What I wanted to talk about today, the thing for the... Well, first off, I got to tell you guys, tonight's auction, of course, sponsored by Heritage Auctions. We're on the push to the signature auctioneer. Coming up later this month, I'm going to make a little primer video for this weekend, I think. Just talk about some of the biggest items coming up for the signature. But if you want to get into the next signature auction, it's coming up in August. You have until July to get consigned for that. Showcase auctions are coming up throughout the year here still. It's final call for the power of PlayStation, as well as 6th generation and beyond. Those are taking place in June and July, respectively. Consignment deadlines are closing this month in May. And of course, the weekly auctions every single Tuesday right here on YouTube. I started reading your VGA 70 message. Videogames@ha.com or click the link in the description. Reach out to a consignment expert and see if Heritage Auctions is the right choice for you guys. Huge thanks to them sponsoring tonight. And the signature man's going to be big. There are big games going to the signature, like multiple six-figure items. And there are games that could hit high prices that we haven't seen in, like, I don't even know. Like, that Zelda probably could go for $500K, right? The 9.4A plus highest graded TM Zelda we've ever seen come to auction. I think $500K is on the table. I don't know if it'll get there, but, like, it's a big auction, man. There's some big stuff coming up. The Left Bros as well, 9.6A plus, highest graded copy of Left Bros. Mario Bros 3 to ever come to auction. And the 9.9A++ Pokemon Red. Big games, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. End of May, that's coming up. You still need a Conkers? Oh, Jesus. I think there were some that got listed on eBay. What's your budget for a Conker? It's like you can get a kind of beat up Conkers for like $500 to $750. It's like, you know what I mean? You can get like an 8.5 for not bad. Is the Chrono Trigger also a 9.8? Oh my god, dude. Cross the Super Mario World, get a VGA 70 maybe? I don't even know if I'll bother, Fletch. I don't even know if I'll bother trying to cross or do anything with it. Once it's in hand, I might see if I can, like, improve the condition a little bit. Maybe just shine it up a bit, but it just doesn't seem... I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical that I can do much with it. 1K or under, brother, you're down. Yeah, you should look at raw copies. You can get, like I said, the raw copies aren't bad. Yeah, a nice Conquer would be like 1K. I'd say a nice one being like, what, a 9.0, 9.2, something in there. The 8.085 raw copies aren't bad, though. Thanks for all the help and the great videos. You finally got your first 2 games graded from WADA. All thanks to you. Let's go, dude. What'd you end up grading?
Fair warning.
What did you end up grading, Kumro? That's awesome to hear.
Next lot. $380. 500.
Penguin Wars CGC 9.68 plus for 350. Star Wars VGA 90 plus player's choice. Yeah, a lot of Star Wars game tonight. Like I said, there's a lot of
Fair warning.
the May the 4th Star Wars auction took place on Heritage Auctions. If any of you guys took place in that, it's like movie posters. I think there were props in there. There were a few video games, just everything Star Wars. I'm pretty sure they do it every single year. May 4th, big Star Wars auction. So there's a lot of video games here that I probably just like didn't fit, weren't good enough for the Star Wars auction, or they just gathered them all together to put them towards this auction, and that's why we have so much Star Wars stuff this week. The Mother stuff was insanely cheap. What is it? 2 vinyl, 2 figures. I don't know enough about Japanese stuff here. Like, I just don't know enough about what this even is.
$60.
You know what I mean? Can't really comment on it. Getting too niche.
Fair warning.
You started by getting Mario Odyssey First Print and a new shiny Tears of the Kingdom. Seeing that you'll never play it, you got a 9.8 on the Mario. You got a 10 on the Zelda. Holy shit. Your first submission and you hit on a 10. Now I get it. Tears of the Kingdom, that's a fresh game. That's brand new. But I am yet to ever grade a 10. I've never done it yet. Meanwhile, we got guys out here sending their first couple of games to WADA and getting a 10.
$75.
And people think I get privilege. People think I get the YouTuber privilege. Man, oh man, oh man.
Fair warning.
It's tough out here, man. It's tough out here. What's your all-time favorite console? Honest to God, like, the more I've reflected and thought about this, like, obviously I love collecting N64, love NES and all this stuff, but, like, my all-time favorite console is either PS2 or 360. Like, those just were my most formative gaming years, I guess, or like my most hardcore gaming years. Like, probably 360, man. Xbox 360 was just so good. That's when I got heavy into, like, online gaming and everything. It's just, probably 360 is my favorite console ever. And I know that's a lot later and stuff. Like, it's not really a nostalgia one. I guess it is. I guess I'm old at this point. But 360. 360 is probably my favorite. I know it had issues, man. There's a lot of issues with that. But I know, Versi, right? You might think, like, N64 is awesome, but the thing with, like, N64 or NES, Super Nintendo and stuff is, like, I don't ever have a desire to really play a lot of games on those consoles ever. Like, I played them growing up, and they were super nostalgic, and I enjoy them from a nostalgic view and stuff, but, like, I don't know, man.
$130.
I just feel like PS2 and 360 are just, like, you know, I'm with my brothers for, like, this weekend or the next weekend. We're going to set up and play Battlefront 2. Like, the PS2 copy, right? We're just going to have a night, multi-port that shit, and we're going to do 4-player. Like, I don't know. I just,
$900.
that's the good stuff, man. That's the good stuff. Star Wars Episode 1 Battle for Naboo, $162.50 for the 9.2A plus. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, 9.4A plus plus here, juiced all the way to over $1,000. I'm pretty sure this is like pandemic pricing at $1,000 for a 9.4. Like, the last 9.8 sold for $1,500. The last 9. Oh, that's all the way in fucking 2022. But yeah, the last 9.8 was $1,500. This juice tonight, man. 9.4A plus plus over $1,000. Episode 1 Racer. Great game. Great game. Super nostalgic one for me. Grew up playing this. I love Star Wars Racer. It's expensive at $1,000. Rogue Squadron. 8.5A plus for $350. You got the catalog for the upcoming big show. So many crazy items on that one. Anything in sight? I don't know, man. I don't think I can even bid in the signature. Like, I kind of blew my entire budget buying Mario World there, so that's like ending any spending money that I had is kind of gone. And then just in general, with the signature, man, it's tough for me to compete in there. It's tough in there for me to compete in there. So I don't know. We'll have to see. The last game I bought from the last signature, I'm still sitting on. Ended up being a mistake, so... Oh no, Mission Mario's still running, Fallen. Mission Mario's still running. The next update will come. I'm just waiting for Phoenix Resale to confirm our transaction. I need to make sure I don't have deductions or anything like that, and then we can, then I can update how the Phoenix Resale thing went, the amount there, and since that video, I am down to, like...
Fair warning.
I think I have 8 complete in box. 8 CIB GameCube games left, which is crazy, man. I have, like, that's crazy. I have 8 complete in-box GameCube games. That feels weird to say. It feels weird to be. It feels weird in every single way. I've had my GameCube collection for like 10 to 15 years. I'm down to like 8. Your favorite is SNES? You started with Lode Runner on the Commodore 64, you're 46? My gosh, the Commodore 64. My gosh. Going all the years back. Yeah, 360, Gears of War going to PlayStation. What is it? Gears of War, Reloaded, Re-engaged, Re-geared? It's just a remake of Gears 1, right? When I first saw that announcement, I genuinely thought it was going to be the trilogy, because why not? But, yeah, Gears 1, I mean, it's kind of exciting, but it's also like, I don't know. If it truly looks like a... I don't even know. It's so hard with, like, remastered 360 games. This is what I mean with the 360 being a good console. Gears of War holds up, man. Gears of War holds up.
Next lot.
Kind of funny to think. Legends of Wrestling 2, 9.68 plus, the only GameCube game today for $74. Game Boy Advance SP, the backlit, the 101, $550. Jeez, man. The 101 SPs are so expensive, eh? Simoon! Welcome in, dude. Pokemon Fushigi no Dungeon, 85 plus. What is that? Mystery Dungeon. I'm a fake gamer. I don't even know which Mystery Dungeon that is. Blue, Explorers of Darkness? Explorers of Darkness. Final answer, $69. DS Lite console sealed silver. That would be hard for you, but I get it. Dude, it was hard for me. Selling off the GameCube stuff, like moving through this collection is hard for me.
Next lot. $110. $200. $220.
You sold. Sorry, 01W. I totally missed your thing there. The McDonald's Treasure Hunt. The 9.9A plus, I think you said you sold to Wade. I think he showed that off in the Discord. That's super cool. Have you been? Are you an old time collector? 01. Like, you said you're 46 there. Have you been buying sealed stuff, CIB collecting for like the past 20 plus years, or are you like getting into it newer now?
$200.
That McDonald's Treasure Hunt game was very cool. The DS Silver there, $425. The DSi,
Fair warning.
Again, man, $193.75 there. Nintendo DSi XL, $275. Another 2DS console with just a sticker on it. I don't even know if I've ever seen this before. Sticker variants aren't exactly super desirable, but $237.50 and a Japanese. Again, I've never seen this either. Dragon Quest Monsters Terry's Wonderland 3D. Game Plus console. Japanese only on this, for sure. Complete inbox.
Fair warning.
You've been selling a lot of your Saturn collection. A lot of obscure crap. Been moving pretty well, too, surprisingly. It's such a weird feeling to be, like, selling off the collection. Like, obviously, I'm not done collecting or anything, but I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels weird to be having that not in... Like, there's a comfort... Even if you never look at the stuff, even if you don't display the stuff, even if you're not, like, playing it, there is absolutely a mental comfort in just knowing that the stuff exists, or that you own it, or that it's in storage, it's at your mom's house. Like, there's a mental comfort in, just in the ownership, I guess.
Fair warning.
4 sealed games here and 1 PSP game. Pokemon Rumble Blast, Mario Party Island Tour. It's not awful titles, pushing its way over $100. You love hoarding, selling is tough, it's the only way you can keep collecting. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, exactly.
Fair warning.
You'll be heading to Lexington on Thursday. You doubt you'll be running into Caleb, but the odds are not 0. Yeah. Slim odds, but never 0. Could you imagine a random Caleb encounter?
$140. $150.
What I wanted to even talk about, we haven't even talked about the thing about the video here, is the Project Overkill coming up. 9.9A plus, is it still actually sitting at $1? It's still sitting at $1. That's crazy. So this is factory sealed. No manual, no cover art, complete production error here. Should have never left the factory. Not the best game in the world, Project Overkill, but like, that's an insane error. That's cool. And I don't know if you guys know, but in trading cards and stuff, there's an entire subsection of the market dedicated to printing errors, misprints, one-offs, all that type of stuff. And it's very collectible and valuable as well.
$300.
Miscuts, name shift errors in Yu-Gi-Oh cards, just foil errors, misalignments, all of that stuff is so valuable in Pokemon cards. And Yu-Gi-Oh sports, whatever it is. I'm curious if any of you guys, like, is this desirable to you guys in video game collecting? Is this something that should be sought after? Is this interesting? Is it like a grail, I guess is what I'm asking. Is this a $300, $400, $500 kind of item? Or is it just an oddity that you pay $80 for? Because there was also this Pokemon Ruby here. 9.6A plus. This is the alignment error here. This is another one that just the foil on the front of the box missed. Right? You can just see that it just missed. Super, super weird error. There's a Pokemon Crystal someone has as well in the Facebook groups where it has like double print texted weird shadowing. I'm curious if you guys, like, obviously errors in video games, production errors are very rare. It's not a common thing. So it's hard to really chase them or care about them or do stuff. But like, is that something? There's upside down cover art I've seen as well. I've seen Manhunt factory sealed where the insert is upside down. Is that something that should be a grail? Or is it just like, oh, hey, that's neat, and then you don't care? It's just an oddity for you, not part of your collecting theme? Yeah, you can submit to whichever company you want with Heritage. They do submit to CGC, WADA. You can use whichever one you want. 9.8A plus. Pushing its way, Kirby's Dream Land. To over $200. I'm surprised. I lowballed this hard. The last 9.8A plus, all the way back in November 2023, almost sold to the exact same price. It went for $190. Today it went for $175. I lowballed this at like $100. No, they don't only use CGC, but I'm pretty sure, and Evan can talk to this more if he wants here, that their default is CGC. So if no one specifies, if you know what I mean, there's no strong opinion either way, then I'm pretty positive they do default to CGC at this time. But again, Evan can share in the chat. But you can submit to whoever you want. Submit to frickin' VGA if you want. If you're feeling really daring. Mario Galaxy 9.48 plus for $100. I think that this is a great purchase price. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe it's not. I think at $100, 9.48 plus. I understand 9.48 plus isn't the greatest grade in the world here for a Mario Kart or Mario Galaxy, but like, it's not bad, man. $100, $100 to have like, is it the most like known Wii game that exists? Mainline Mario. Yes, you'll have more opportunities, all that stuff, but like, if you don't own a Mario Galaxy at this point, you should probably buy one. Raw copies are $50, $60 on eBay. You just get yourself a Mario Galaxy if you don't own one.
Fair warning.
Remember during the pandemic, these were pushing like $1,000? Freaking insane, man.
$15.
Yeah, remember when Poke Park was a $20,000 game, hey? Remember. Now we have a group lot of 6 of them selling for $425. Albeit, I'm pretty sure both Poke Park 1s there are the reprint. So, I mean, 4 copies of Poke Park 2 still isn't bad, but $425 for them. You just made $40K easy. Yeah, just get those bad boys graded and send them right back to Heritage. Poken Tournament, VGA 90 Japanese with Shadow Mewtwo card. If it was a game that you were interested in, you'd buy the misprint? Yeah, like, that's the thing, right? If we were to see, I don't know, there's kind of a famous misprint on Metal Gear Solid 1. You can get one where there's, like, no ink on the cover. Maybe I can just find it quick. There are a few actual known errors that do exist in games, but it's like, oh my god, posted by Josh Byerly. Of course it is. Posted by Wafflefoot, the very first result. But see, you can get Metal Gear Solid with no no red text on it. They're calling it foil title misprint. So this is a known one. I think there's also, you can get it pure ghosting, like even more missing the text on Metal Gear Solid. So is this, you know what I mean? I'm pretty positive this sells for more than a normal copy of Metal Gear Solid. So I think if a misprint or a error like that happens on a game that's actually sought after, it is kind of super desirable. Yeah, like Rick, you bought your Pokemon Ruby because it was the same price as a normal one. In my personal opinion, given what that Ruby is, like a foil misshift or whatever, misprint, whatever you want to call it, foil shift error, I just kind of think it's ugly. I don't know if I would pay for it even the same price, but like, I understand paying the exact same price for it. It is interesting. It is an oddity. Jeff Mack, you bought the Return to Dreamland. Let's go, dude. 9.88 plus. Again, I think it's a key Wii title. I need to get a copy myself. That's why I was willing to pay like $130, $175. Cool. Cool.
$110.
Splatoon, VGA 80 plus Japanese. Why is Japanese Splatoon pushing over $100? Like $150, jeez. Seems like Japanese games are not popular, so where should I sell it to get your money's worth? It fully depends what you have, Karen. It fully depends which Japanese games you have. Yeah, the selection tonight of Japanese games, like a VGA 80 plus copy of Brawl, not the greatest collection. Not the greatest Japanese games in the world, so it just depends what you have. Certain Japanese games do extremely well on heritage auctions. Other ones do really well on eBay. It just depends what you have. Splatoon is still going. Is there something I don't know about Japanese copies of Splatoon as it pushes its way over $200? 80 plus here, still going, pushing to $250. $200, Trevor, that would be a steal. We're going to $250. Yeah, it's starting to make me question what I know about Splatoon. Is Splatoon Japanese rare, or is this just crazy? Going to $275, going to $300. I don't know anymore. I'm questioning my own logic, questioning my own sanity. Like, is it me who's wrong? You'd take my Grey Majora's Mask? That's not going anywhere, DJ. The Grey Majora's Mask cartridge isn't going anywhere. Yeah, the Breath misprint is a famous one, but it's not so much like there's errors like Revelations on 3DS, Resident Evil Revelations, Breath of the Wild misprint, like you said. Those ones are like, they're different. It's a different kind of error.
$180.
Because that was like a whole print run done in the error. You know what I mean? Like an entire print run had that error. It's not so much, they did correct it. I guess it is an error, but you know what I mean? This is more like your one-off, your errors that don't exist in mass, in quantity. What else do you buy when you have everything? I mean, that is fair. Is there any worse feeling than buying an expensive game ungraded, expecting it to be 9.0 plus, and you get the 8.0? What'd you get, Lettuce? That does hurt. That does hurt.
Next lot, $220.
You used to have that feeling of getting rid of stuff, but not so much anymore. Outside of two large yellow top tote of childhood stuff, you're good with letting go of the ungraded and CIB stuff you've had for 10 plus years. My gosh. You're further along than I am, man. 10.0 grade on Scarlet. Here's a couple. We had the Brothership 10.0 as well. Man, this game kind of flopped, hey? I watched reviews about this. I watched some gameplay. My younger brothers played it. They said it kind of sucked. Did this game just like kind of suck? What a 10.0 275. It quietly came out and it just seemed to fade away. Pokemon Scarlet 10.0 going for $350. Oh, 1W. Yes, you have an eBay store you've been selling and collecting for years. Outdoor One World, own a boat company, and on the side been showing your boys old school gaming for them to start collecting and selling. Holy shit, man. Awesome. Outdoor One World. I wonder if I've ever dealt with you.
Next lot.
Awesome to hear that you're like participating more in the community, man. Good to have you in here. Entering into Sega. Starting off with Shaq Fu. Shaq Fu, the 9.68 plus. The last one sold for $109. Oh my gosh, free. Free. If you want to get yourself a Shaq Fu, man, that's free. $104 for a 9.6 A++ case, fresh Shaq Fu. Will it ever be worth more money? I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever be worth more. Arguably, I would say yes. But I don't know. It's a garbage game. But it's so garbage that it's notorious. You know what I mean? Spider-Man 8.0 on Game Gear, pushing its way to over $300. Not surprised. Not easy to get factory sealed. Lower grade, but $300 for Spider-Man on Game Gear. Into Virtua Fighter VGA85 Japanese copy of this game. I bid on the 9.8 and the 9.9s O1W. I had bid on the 9.8s and the 9.9s. So I think I bid on, I bid on this 9.9 for sure at $225. I bid on this one, the 9.8 A++ at $187. I tried, man. I wanted to get the 9.8 on it just because I know there are so many case fresh copies. You know what I mean? Because I know there's so many case fresh Shaq Fus. I was being really picky on it. Realistically, yeah, I should have just grabbed this one for $100, but I'm being picky. It's my own fault. I'm shooting myself in the foot here. You've never purchased on Heritage, thinking maybe it's time you should hop on the bandwagon? You're in the US, right, Poker Face?
Fair warning. 190.
I can't remember if you're Canadian or not. If you are Canadian, it's not a good time just because of tariffs and stuff. You're probably going to get hit with more international fees than it's worth. But if you're in the US, then hop in there, man. Get in there. Yeah, USA, make an account, Poker Face. Make an account. It's worth it. There's just enough stuff that sells on Heritage at this point that will never be on eBay, or you won't find comps on eBay. Like, make an account. It's free to sign up. I'm just saying. $150. Yes, a lot of Star Wars tonight, Lettuce, because the May 4th auction just took place. So over the weekend, they had like a big showcase auction for Star Wars, and then this is all, because of that as well. Everyone needs a Shaq Fu. They do. Brothership was meh.
$110. $240.
Ocarina of Time, Collector's Edition on eBay, you paid $2,200 hoping for 9.4, and you got an 8.0. Oh my god. Was it like faded or something? Like, dude, you got slammed on that one. Brothership didn't suck, but it could have been better. Yeah, I think my little brothers, I call them little, younger, they're like fucking 25 years old, grown-ass men. So when I call them my younger brothers, know that, like, these aren't children, but you know what I mean? I'm the older brother, so. They described it as just, like, boring. Like, just not fun to explore, not fun to move through everything, too much dialogue, just not fun to play through. What they did was actually, they stopped playing that, and they just did a rerun of Superstar Saga. Fair enough. Shenmue, 9.8 A+, $300 on Dreamcast. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles, 9.6 A+, for $175. That feels decent for like kind of a random Star Wars game on Dreamcast, bringing in almost $200. Chocobo's Mysterious Dungeon, VGA 85. There's also a Final Fantasy VII tonight. Final Fantasy VII, 80+ Japanese copy of the game. I pointed this out as well on Instagram because, like, I get it, it's an 80+, but because it's an 80+, you might just get it at a good price. I'm just looking to see, like, if and why it's an 80+.
$180.
I don't see an obvious blatant crack. Oh, subtle fading. So there you go. You have spine fading on it. So if you regrade it to WADA or something, you might even be able to get a 9.0 A+ on it. But there you go. Display is nice. So it's something to always look at, you know? Something to always consider. Yeah, Pepsi Man's expensive, dude. Pepsi Man is forever locked into the AVGN. Like it is... Pepsi Man is not free. Pepsi Man, its meme status is too strong. Too strong on Pepsi Man.
Fair warning.
One thing to keep an eye out for the future are revised cartridges and discs. LRG released a few of those, one of them being Doom Classics Collection. It's already going for $200+. Oh my god. Do people want the original or the revised copy milk? Where am I in Canada? I am in Saskatchewan. Regina, Saskatchewan. Heart of the prairies, baby. The middle of nowhere. The heart of the prairies.
Fair warning.
What are you saying, Elijah? I'm telling some people it's not worth it.
Next lot.
Even with the sponsorship, I want to give a fair balanced equation, you know?
110, 100,
Even with the sponsorship, I want to give a fair and balanced take as to, you know, if someone asks me, should I sell an 8.5 Japanese game here? It's like, you might want to consider if that's worthwhile for both yourself and Heritage, you know what I mean?
Fair warning.
There's lines. There's certain things. Regina, you must have to hear about that anytime you mention it online. It's a city slogan, man.
Fair warning.
Trust me, the whole city makes that joke every frickin' day. Is Shenmue rare? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. There's a lot of copies of Shenmue out there.
Fair warning.
$300 is just it's. I don't even think it's anything to really talk about. I think it's just normal at Shenmue.
100.
The last 9.8A was $312. Oh, that's back in 2023. Yeah, this is. I don't know. There's just a lot of Shenmue out there.
108.
If you want a copy, great time to buy a copy.
$200.
The FF7, the 80 plus, did push its way to $250. So now I don't know, right? At $250, that's kind of real.
$240.
So it did get some love. It did get some juice. No, FF7 is not case fresh. Nope. There's a lot of copies out there.
Fair warning.
Obviously, Trevor, it's like Final Fantasy VII North American copies. Like, they exist, right? It's the best-selling frickin' game of all time or whatever. They exist, but you can't just buy case fresh copies, no. So even if you're troweling around on Japanese sites and stuff, you're going to have to search a little bit. There is competition, all that stuff. Only 7 Shenmues on the CGC Pop Report. Are they all 9.8s? All 9.8s and 9.9s? Yeah, if you guys don't know, Matt Ponton here, is that how you say your last name? Like, I'm going to keep saying it like that. Matt Ponton made a CGC Pop Report in the Discord. So if you just go to the Discord, go to the CGC channel, and check the pinned messages, you can see a makeshift, unofficial CGC Pop Report.
$180.
That's a community coming together right there, man. I have nothing to do with that shit. That's pure community Discord. That is good stuff. Good stuff coming. If you're not in the Discord, join. It's free. The Discord is free, and the value you will get from the Discord is... it's endless. Endless value.
$120.
YouTube only has 20 likes. We'll get there. The YouTube will get there. People will hit the like button before they forget. Project Overkill 9.9 A plus production error. So here we go, talking about this. Some of you guys saying it's just an oddity. Neat. It's pushing up to over $300.
$80.
I don't think Project Overkill on its own is that expensive. I don't think it's that sought after. Are there even comps on here?
$320.
A 9.6A back in 2022 went for $169 for what it's worth. Production error 9.9A plus pushing up to almost $400 here. It's not like super expensive, right? It's not super expensive, but $375 is a bit real. Were you the underbidder on this, Trevor?
$85.
No, it's dirt cheap. Well, I mean, fair enough. It outsold frickin' Medieval, man. I think Project Overkill at $375 outselling 9.8 A plus Medieval, which is a real game. You know, like this is I talk about Medieval every time it sells. It sells for fuck all. But this is kind of a real franchise. This is kind of real PS1 game. This is something that should be something. People know what Medieval is. It outsold it. $375 for Project Overkill, I'm going to say is not bad. It's not bad. It's something.
Next lot.
Yeah, CGC Pop Report, fine, we'll do it ourselves. This is now... In the time that it's taken for CGC to make a Pop Report, we had someone make a Pop Report, had that Pop Report like taken away from us, and now we have another person who's made a Pop Report. The community has made 2 different CGC Pop Reports now. Individual efforts, individual basis. And CGC still cannot give us a fucking Pop Report. Make it make sense, right? Make it make sense. We have individuals in the Discord building this in like 24 to 48 hours. Make it make sense, man. Spider-Man, $237.50. Spyro, 8.5A plus. Second print, mid-production black label copy, no sweepstakes. 8.5A plus, little crack on the back. Pushing its way to almost $400 here.
Next,
You hope this would sell for nothing? What, the Spyro? These Spyros always sell in the $300 to $500, don't they? 8.0, $300, 8.5A plus, $262.50. Man, $262.50 is cheap. 8.5A plus, $462. Are these like the same copy? Are we just playing hot potato here with the same 8.5?
fair warning.
Just a little bit weird how many we've had come up. 8.5A plus is just the sweet spot, I guess, to dump these, hey? $350. You can get yourself a cracked second print Spyro for like, yeah, $304. $400. I agree at 270, it's kind of comically low, but 350 still isn't bad. Right? Like, it's still not bad. As in, it's still not that expensive. Star Wars Demolition, $139. This was a lot of fun, too, growing up. I liked Twisted Metal. I liked Vigilante 8, so we did buy Star Wars Demolition. Good game. A lot of fun. Played it for a lot. I played a lot of hours on this. $139. Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace, 9.8A++ Japanese copy. Going for $300? Nope. 100? Nope. Where the fuck is it? 114. Oh, man, it's kind of sold for nothing. The PlayStation English copy, 99, went for $300. The Japanese one, not much. Not much. Anakin Chan did not bring in the money, you know? Obi-Wan Sama did not bring in the money. Tales of Eternia is cool here. VGA 80, Japanese version, did not come out in North America. What is the North American one? It says months before the North American counterpart. We didn't get Eternia. What's this called in North America?
$15.
It says there's a small tear. This might not even have cracks. Is this our version of like Tales of Destiny or something?
$30.
Final Fantasy X, VGA 80. $49 for this Eternia, though. That is, see, this is why I say people should just sign up, right? Just sign up for an account, because sometimes in the future, there's going to be some game you're looking for, and like, it could just sell for nothing. Tales of Eternia, $50. I should have just bought this for my younger brother. Damn. He probably knows this game. He's like working his way through the entire Tales series. I should have just bought this for $50. Just dirt cheap. Final Fantasy X, $59. Space Race, Looney Goons, 9.8A++. Rumor of a Chrono Trigger remake. Would that have any effect on the SNES value? Yes. I do actually think it would. It would take time, let us jump. I don't know if a remake announcement would immediately shoot the price up. It might. But Chrono Trigger is already so expensive that I don't think it would just like immediately shoot the value up more. But I think in time, yes, a Chrono Trigger remake would influence the price of the game, and it would add so much sustained relevance to Chrono Trigger for like the next 5, 10, 20 years to come, depending on how the remake is. Because look at Secret of Mana remake, right? I don't think that did anything to help the original. If anything, it might have hurt. But it just depends how the remake is received and how good the remake is. Like FF7 remake, I think that just made FF7 like the #1 PlayStation game for the next 40 years. I mean, FF7 was already up there, obviously, but you know what I mean. I remember when you predicted Mario Sunshine would tank with the remake of 3D All-Stars? I remember. The CIB did. CIB tanked. I'm not sure if you're giving me credit for that one or saying I fucked it, because like Japanese copies of Mario Sunshine kept going. They're doing great.
$170.
Or made in Japan copies, sorry. First print, factory sealed. You know what I mean. That's expensive for Spider-Man, no? What'd Spider-Man go for, like $230? I don't think so. Spider-Man's valuable. I think we had a crack copy just recently. Yeah, an 8.0 B plus went for $180, man. 8.0 B plus for $180. So like your 8.5A for $237? It's in range, for sure. Absolutely in range. Spider-Man just has value. Because if you were to get like a 9.4, 9.6, 9.8 Spider-Man, it would sell for a lot of money.
Fair warning.
Space Race went for $200 there. Into Star Wars Battlefront 2, 9.6A. Speaking of, hey? Speak of the game and it shall show itself. $99 for 9.6A. Very cool game, Doan. Very, very cool. Group lot of 17, CIB Japanese. Yeah, not sealed, not sealed. Yeah. What are you saying, Food Dye? CGC Pop Report?
Next lot. $60. 120.
Made in USA is also way up from 2022, 2024. Remember, you get them raw for like $300. Yeah, the raw prices on a lot of GameCube are tough now. Loved the first two original Battlefront games. The modern one sucked. Yep, agreed.
Fair warning.
Agreed. Both Battlefront 1 and 2, I think, are PS2 staples. Like, I think those are must-own. Oh, yeah, you'll get nuked if you're posting a link. It just, there's nothing I can do to stop that. Links will just get nuked, is what it is.
$80. $120.
Is what it is. Yeah, if you have to go into the Discord, go to the CGC grading channel and check the pin messages, and you can get into the pop report. Yeah, sorry, I was saying, I think the original Battlefront games, both 1 and 2, PS2 staples. You should own them. You should have a 9.6, 9.8 copy. They're not even that expensive. Like, they are great. Great titles. Great games. Star Wars Bounty Hunter VGA 90, limited edition, premium edition, $168.75, into another Jedi Academy VGA 95, 2020. Limited run games, baby, $187.50. Star Wars Republic Commando VGA 95 Plus uncirculated, pushing its way to $80. That Moi with DLC 9.6 is insane. What's MUA? That MUA with DLC? Oh, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Gee, you cannot use MUA for That is not an acronym that exists, my guy. Jeez, I had no idea what you were talking about, MUA. Yes, Marvel Ultimate Alliance Gold Edition.
Fair warning.
Used to be, I think it still is. It's like a very expensive 360 game. It's sitting at $30 right now. But like Ultimate Alliance Gold Edition, for like I'd say the past 10, 15 years, has been a collectible Xbox 360 game. Like this one stands out to me from like a nostalgia standpoint of collectability. I'm curious to see if it gets love here on Heritage Auctions. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 9.88 Plus. Once again, I did bid on this. Once again, I did get outbid on this. I was willing to pay $300. 9.88 Plus. The last one sold for... Now, there isn't a comp. I guess we have a 9.9. The 9.9A Plus went for $1,600 back in March. Yeesh. And the 9.6s were selling for $300-ish. So here's your 9.8 now, pushing its way to $500. I wanted to pay $350 for this. I was hoping that so many have auctioned recently. Like, this is the 5th or 6th copy that Heritage has had in the past month or two. I was really hoping that people were just going to have fatigue. You know what I mean? We can't buy another copy of KOTOR. We've bought too many of them. Pushing its way to $600, going to $625. 9.88 Plus. I need a copy. That sucks. Sucks to see.
Fair warning.
There are like 11 9.88 Plus for Battlefront 2 also for some reason. I think it's just easier to find, Trevor. Isn't it like 2006 or something? 2004? What year is this game? I'm going with 2006. This is late.
$600.
2005? Yeah, like, I just think there's just a lot of them out there.
Fair warning.
Is that Star Wars game actually so good? KOTOR? Like Knights of the Old Republic? Yes, it actually is very, very, very good. Very, very, very good. Holds up. Just a very fun game. Like, just, it's good. Good game. Good Star Wars game. Must-own Xbox title, in my opinion. And here's Knights 2. 9.88 Plus. KOTOR and KOTOR 2 are like two of the most graded CGC Xbox games at about 25 apiece. It seems like someone just sent in like 25 copies of this game recently, though, Matt. Like, just by how many times we've seen it at Heritage Auctions over the past 2 months here, it had to be like 10 copies in a single submission. Like, these are coming from one person, it feels like. Dante's Inferno, 85 plus here. Highest copy on the VGA Pop Report. Wow. No one has graded Dante's Inferno over the years, hey? No love. Just like Knights of the Old Republic 2, man. Speaking of no love, 9.88 plus for sub 200. Sub 200 for the 9.88 Plus on Knights 2? Aren't like... Oh, man. Raw copies are like $100. Any raw copy. Well, good price. Good deal.
Fair warning.
Dante's Inferno pushing its way to almost $100.
Next lot. $5. $140. $160.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance was always MUA. If it was, I never had MUA in my vocabulary as an acronym. Pushing its way to $300. So I'm going to go ahead and say that yes, it did just get some love. I think I was looking at eBay sales and they were right around the $300 range as well. 200, 300. I don't know if there was a 9.6A plus though. I think there is a 9.6A plus on eBay right now. Just because I looked around, right? If this was going to sell for like $150, I'd buy it, but I can't juice $300 into MUA right now. Look, I'm using my new acronym, man. Dante's Inferno is Xbox's God of War. Dante's Inferno would be cool if you had the slip sleeve and everything, or the slip cover and everything. You know? Doesn't every single copy of Dante's come with a slipcover? Or was that only like a special edition? I thought every copy had a slipcover. So 85 plus for $94. Yeah, it's cheap, but you don't have the slipcover, you know? Ultimate Alliance pushed its way to almost $400. $375. Ultimate Alliance Gold Edition. Which, yeah, I think it just includes all the DLC. It's like the definitive copy of Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Which, like, great game, man. Great game. The hell's going on up here? Maybe just some light glare. Great game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance series in general, especially for myself because like I come from a family with 3 brothers. So like you better believe we grinded Marvel Ultimate Alliance, right? Like fantastic. The 4 of us were able to get together and play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on Switch. We did that probably a couple of years ago. Not amazing, I will say. Like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is not amazing. It could have been deeper in a lot of ways, and it's kind of riddled with a bunch of microtransaction bullshit. But it was fun. We had fun with it. Yeah, I saw these Star Wars phone card sample sheet. I don't know what to say. 1997? Japanese Star Wars phone cards? I don't know what to say. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 3, you've put in hundreds of hours. Man, I saw the grind cycle in 3, let us jump. Like, we took part in the grind cycle a bit in number 3. And it just... I couldn't. You know what I mean? We just couldn't put the time in to that grind cycle. You got the Gold Edition CIB yourself. You have a Platinum Hits version at a local store. Priced like it was a $20 game and you flipped it to your local game store for $80. Nice. Amongst my hoard of items, do I collect soundtracks? I do not. I do not. I never got into soundtrack collecting. It was always just ancillary, right? Like, you start getting into action figures, plush, soundtracks, vinyls. There's so many different categories you can go into once you branch off of games that I kept it, like, very strictly towards games. Obviously, I have some display pieces here as well, but for the most part, it's, like, only games. I barely have any merch. Bobbleheads I don't own. Like, very, very... Even Amiibo, right? I think I only ever bought like 10 Amiibo total. I try to keep very specific with games because if you start getting all this other bullshit, you can't do it, man. You can't. Your collection's getting out of hand. Yeah, like you just can't do it. You just get so much stuff so quick. It's grindier than 1 and 2, yes. It just felt like they wanted me to pay for it so damn bad, let us jump. It felt like they wanted me to pay to play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 so damn bad. Like, grinding up your character was going to take hours and hours, and, like, getting all these little pieces was going to take hours and hours. Those stupid little training missions, like... I just couldn't do it. It didn't seem fun. It just felt grindy. You wonder what that's like? Yeah. Nothing like being overrun with gaming-related merch, right? Related to my game versus card discussion, with games we bulk if there are 11 copies available as common trash, but there can be 10,000 Moonbryons graded and it's still $1,000. Yep. I know, right? It's like there's a... It almost feels like there's an air of delusion in this hobby. But it's all a function of where this hobby's at. So... I don't think there's value or even credence to me sitting here saying that, oh, everything's so low pop, it's so cheap, only 11 copies. Like, what was it? Battlefront 2, right? Battlefront 2 had 11 9.8A plus, I think you said, Trevor? And it's just like, I mean, yeah, the pops are relative. It's a function of how many copies exist, how many are graded, and how many people give a shit. If I was better at drawing and stuff, I'd make a little a math equation. Yeah, 11 9.8A plus copies of Battlefront 2. There's 10 copies of man, every copy of Battlefront 1 is also like a 9.8A plus for some reason. 9 of them, 2 9.8A plus plus. Yeah, it's just all it's all a function. So when we say there are 9 or 11 or whatever, it's like, yeah, that's kind of higher pop. If this hobby ever exploded, yeah, that is nothing. Like, we're talking 11 copies of Battlefront 2? 9.8A plus? Like, you can't own one, right? There's only 11. Yeah, exactly. Demand is all that matters at the end of the day. So, if we just go over to eBay quick. Battlefront 2, PS2 sealed. How tough is it if you want to buy a raw copy right now? Battlefront 2. Someone wants $600, $130, $100, $200. I'm just looking for raw copies of Battlefront 2. $150. I mean, there's not actually that much raw available. What do we see? 3 copies there? 4 copies. This one's 700, so fuck that. There's 5 raw copies available right now? And a bunch of graded ones, right? Like 4 or 5 graded. But like, it's funny because like Battlefront 2 isn't that available at any given time. There's 5 copies right now on eBay, raw copies. They're all in the 100 to 150 range. If you were to buy all 5 copies, maybe you'll get a 9.8. Like, maybe. I think 9.8A plus for 230 is a steal, Trevor. Like, I think it is. Because doing it yourself is going to cost you a minimum of 230. When you're getting, like, the second highest grade possible. Yeah, here, 230 for the 9.8A plus, right? Like, I think that is a steal. How much cheaper can you possibly do it? You can't. It's going to cost you $200 just to get any random copy to Wata Games. So, but at the same exact time, this is open auction. And just nobody cares. The demand just isn't there right now. So it is really hard to say that 11 copies is nothing when only 9 people are looking for one. Right? That's what determines it at the end of the day. Just buy all 11 copies. I mean, it's funny though, Adam, right? If you go to trading cards, if you go to other hobbies, you could just do a buyout on Battlefront 2, right? For like $600, you would clear eBay of factory sealed copies of Battlefront 2. $600, buy them all. I don't know. Obviously, there are more copies out there. More would keep coming out if you like were to clear eBay or if there was ever any hype or excitement. Like, Battlefront 2 is out there. But I think it's just a good example of a game where it's like it's a great title. And there's 23 graded total, I think. I don't know. You have half the pop of Vice City Stories. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, man. It's kind of crazy that any given person, like any of us, myself, you guys in the chat, any given person right now, if you buy like 3 or 4 graded copies of a game, if you spend like $500 to $1,000, you can control a sizable amount of the population. And that is fucking crazy. Maybe we should be happy that all of the gamers and collectors here are just like good people and we're not scraping up market supply and hoarding. And I mean, some of you guys are, but you know what I mean? It's kind of nuts. Frickin' Title Dreams on eBay probably has like 10% of all the graded copies that matter. Right? He probably controls the population of some games just because he keeps buying them from cheap on Heritage. Crazy spot for this hobby, man. It's a crazy spot. Guilty? Yeah. I'm not hoarding. Seeing the CGC cert list can be depressing, guessing at how many case shippers you see. Of anything tonight, you'd have wanted the Game Boy Star Wars, but not in the greatest hits? Yeah, no, it's tough with greatest hits. You used to beat that game almost every week when you were a kid. Nice. Is it that quick? You got a Need for Speed Underground 2, $300 raw? For 300? Oh, you got a Need for Speed Underground 2 for 300. The raws are like 125 to 150 before grading. Buying the 9.8 is no-brainer. It just is. Right? It just is. That's what you're doing with Kelly Slater Pro Surfer. There are none graded, but you have a few. That's a deep dive. That's a deep dive on Kelly Slater Pro Surfer, man. Gosh. This is one of those games where I always saw it at like pawn shops and stuff. And it's worthless, right? Pretty sure it's worthless. But you always see this game at pawn shops and at EB Games. And Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. I never actually played it myself. Frickin' developed by Treyarch, hey? That's crazy, man. Developed by Treyarch and published by Activision. Before the good old days of COD. You're developing Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer. Yeah, should have been Pro Skater. Would have sold. You live in Australia, it'll be worth something someday. Is Kelly Slater a local legend in Aussie? Did I figure out why graded game collecting is still niche? Because it sucks, Mike. Because this hobby sucks. Nobody wants a graded game. What was I thinking? I wasted my whole life on this, Mike. What was I thinking? Your dad was cracked at Kelly Slater. Oh no, that's crazy, man. Does it play just like Tony Hawk, or is it like actually unique? Enthusia Racing on PS2. Oh my god, again, like that is... that's deep, man. Enthusia Racing on PS2, published by Konami. Another game that, like... Why are you guys buying up these? This is like what I used to do, man. Published by Konami. Published by Konami. Random lots from the past from different people. You never understood it. Oh, we're beyond rock bottom, Mike. It's all ogre, man. It's Jover. The game was actually hella popular with surfers back in the day. Sean Palmer for PS2? Sean Palmer? Do you mean Sean... Is that the name of the snowboarder? Sean Palmer? Who's Sean Palmer? Snowboarder and skier. Sean Palmer. Who am I thinking of? I don't know who Sean Palmer is. I feel like I should. Oh yeah, he is a snowboarder. Who's the one on Sean White? I'm thinking of Sean White. This is what I'm thinking of. Right here. That's 2008. Jesus, when was Sean Palmer? 2001. Pfft. Man, I was 8 years old. No wonder I don't know who Sean Palmer is. No wonder I don't know who that dude is. Yeah, I was Sean White snowboarding. Sean Palmer, jeez. You can technically still play the Pokemon card game graded. It'll just be a tall stack. You've never seen that game? Yeah, Enthusia Racing is like you are full set collecting. You're deep. You're deep in the weeds, man. Remember, PS2 has like, what, 1,800 games? There are probably 1,000 games you've never seen before. It's nuts. Flamin' Bulbasaur. Holy shoot, dude. Blast from the past, man. 44 months.
Restart the collection?
Time to come back in, man. I hope you sold your chill guy and you can come back to video game collecting. Oh my gosh. I think Switch does have more physical releases, doesn't it? Like the actual library on Nintendo Switch. I think it does have more than PS2. I think Switch is like... I don't even know. Let's just see if it tells me. I think the worldwide number is freaking insane on Switch, but... That doesn't help me at all. Complete set of published games on Switch? There's no way. What is this? Oh, Nintendo published? I don't know. I don't know what the number is. They're telling me like 5,000, 12,000 worldwide. I don't know what the North American list actually is. If someone in 2024 was saying, will we see 2,000? It has to be over 2,000. It has to be over 2,000. Yeah, Flamin' Bulbasaur, I remember yeah, he posted about Chill Guy in the Discord. That was a while ago. Zero on the pop report. Maybe you grade them. I would not do it, Milk. I would not grade Enthusia Racing. I think that is giving away money. Red X Machina, I appreciate you coming out every single week, my guy. The top item in the auction was the Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Like I said, at 1,062, it's just like, that's juice for Episode 1 Racer. That is juice. Right underneath it was the 14 Famicom Disk System game, 750. Zelda Player's Choice 9.4B Plus for 750. Player's Choice Super Mario Kart 9.2A Plus, also 750. And it's never a good day when your top items are all Player's Choice, hey? Player's Choice 90 Plus Star Wars on Game Boy for 687.50, selling for just as much. That's crazy. Player's Choice Star Wars on Game Boy sells for as much as a 9.8A Plus Knights of the Old Republic. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. As in, Knights should sell for more. Who the hell? Player's Choice? Player's Choice Star Wars on... The Game Boy Advance SP 101 going for $550. On the other side of the auction, one item sold for less. Well, the 17 Japanese games, those sold for nothing. It was $30. But the other game, the single title that sold for the least tonight, tonight's biggest loser, $39 for a Super Smash Bros. Brawl Japanese version 80 plus. Wow, the Switch is still behind PS2 for the best-selling console of all time. Hey, that's crazy. I really expected the Switch to be there now. You think a lot of useless games get graded by WADA? It just happens. Enthusiasm Racer wouldn't be the first. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't, but it shouldn't. You just shouldn't. There's no money there. Like, I genuinely think grading something like even Kelly Slater Pro Surfer, man, there's just no audience for it, you know? It seems with Pokemon trading cards, you can grade any kind of garbage you want. And ZNG made a video about, like, the floor of trading cards. It seems like no matter what you have, no matter what the card is, no matter what the grade is, it will always sell for like $12. There's someone out there who will give you like $10 for it, right? And yeah, grading cards has a lower floor because you can grade cards. So like, what's the minimum? $15 right now, maybe? But with video games, man, like, people don't exist who are going to give you... I mean, Super Smash Bros. Just went for $39. Like, that doesn't even cover the cost of grading. The floors on this stuff are very, very, very low. The floor is non-existent for a lot of graded games. List of Nintendo Switch games, Wiki says 5,433. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's nuts. But on that note, you guys, good to catch up with you guys. GTA 6 trailer just dropped too, hey? Didn't even talk about that. I'm sure you guys checked that out as well. The GTA 6 trailer dropped. It doesn't look as good as GTA 5, but I still need a lot more information. Like, the GTA 5 characters were just so damn good that I don't know if GTA 6's narrative, actual storyline can, like, you know what I mean? It's a tough act to follow, man, but new trailer dropped. New trailer looks better than 5. I don't know, man. Whatever happened to VGA sale? They were purchased by is the last news on VGA that the sale was canceled now? My gosh, they were purchased by another distribution company, but I think the sale fell through. God, I can't even remember now. The GTA 6 trailer was sick. It looked so amazing. Won't be as good as San Andreas. San Andreas is the one that I played the most in my life. Again, speaking to PS2, like being one of my favorite consoles ever. The sale was canceled and then purchased by another company already. Yeah, I just... VGA is still around. They're still around. They're still out there. They're still out there. But yeah, on that note, you guys, videogames@ha.com to reach out. We are back next Tuesday, of course. There's links in the description to talk to one of the consignment experts. Huge thanks to them sponsoring the road to the signature, man. We're 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away from the signature. It's going to be crazy. I'll have a video up about the, just a little looking forward, you know? Looking forward to the signature. So keep your eyes out for that. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. Bye, guys. Have a good night.